kind of bright. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. My name's Kyle, aka Prince Kyle, don't forget it. And I have an Instagram as well as a TikTok where I share my female to male transition as well as I mess this up every time, guys. Every time. And it's like I got it like to a T in my head, but when it comes out in words, it just doesn't flow right. What's up guys? My name's Kyle, aka Prince Kyle, don't forget it. And I have an Instagram as well as a TikTok where I share cut. What's up guys, my name's Kyle, aka Prince Kyle, don't forget it, and I have an Instagram as well as a TikTok where I share my female to male transition as well as give tips to anybody that wants to hear about it. Boom, got it. It's ironic that I make that last note because that's exactly what today's video is about. I get asked a lot of times, Kyle, why do you continuously share your story? Why don't you just live stealth? Like, we get it, you're transgender, like, cool, great, but why do you have to continue speaking on it? And it's funny you may ask because there's a lot of reasons why I do it. When I first started transitioning, I always told myself that I was going to document the whole entire thing. Not for the world, I didn't care for the world really knowing at that point in time. I just knew I wanted to do it for myself so that I could look back on it and then also show my future children just what journey I had to go through. I just don't want it to be something that I hide. And although there's nothing wrong with that, there are some transgender men and women who would prefer just kind of putting their past behind them and just moving on with life. But I don't see it that way. I see the journey as something beautiful. I am not ashamed of who I am. I never will be ashamed of who I am. And I will never be a cisgender man. Like, it's just impossible. I was brought into this world as a cisgender female, but my brain aligns better with a man. Therefore, I went through this transition to live how I feel on the inside because nobody else is following my journey but me. So I'm only worried about making myself happy, not the rest of the world. That is one of the reasons why I continuously document my journey and my story, is for myself. The other reason, and what kind of grew on me as I went along my journey, is I realized that me sharing my journey, I'm able to connect with a lot of other people who are just like me. It makes me feel a lot less alone because if any of you guys know me personally, you know that we all grew up in a very, very small, non-diverse town where it was primarily white, primarily cisgender, primarily straight, or people just weren't coming out of the closet. It was just a very paper cutout kind of town. And I felt very alone. I felt like I couldn't talk about who I was because nobody else was like me, or at least nobody else was talking about it because it was seen as taboo. I don't want my life to feel like it's taboo, and I don't want anybody else to think that their life is taboo. Sorry for the glare, but I'm gonna just keep on rolling with it because I'm onto something. I don't think that who I am is taboo at all. There's nothing wrong with being this way. And me sharing my journey, I'm able to find other people who are exactly like me. And I've made so many friends, I've met so many people, I've encountered so many people who recognize my face in public and just know who I am because we share the same journey. Like, there is no better feeling than that, knowing that somebody knows your face because they may have seen you online and they watch your journey because they're going through the same thing or trying to go through the same thing. There was once a point in time in my life where I didn't know how to go about any of this transitioning thing. So I had to research, go on YouTube, go on Google, and go on other social media platforms to find people who were just like me. And when I found people who I idolized and looked up to, I knew I wanted to be exactly like them. I wanted to now share my journey from what I learned from those people and bring it to a new audience of people who are about to reach that point in their life. And that's just a very rewarding feeling as well when people reach out to me and say, hey, you've helped me so much, you've helped me find myself. And not by any means am I trying to persuade or force people to be transgender. Nobody can make that decision but themselves. But I will be here to say that if that is who you are, that there's an easy way to do it, there's easier ways to do it, and just kind of like guide you, like hold your hand kind of through your process with the content that I put out on social media. So there's just a lot of benefits to why I document my journey and why I don't plan on ever stopping, no matter how much I'm bullied online, no matter how much people are telling me like you don't have to keep telling everybody you're trans, or you pass so well, so like why bother. It's a lot bigger than that, and I never for a second want people to not think I'm trans. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna go out of my way and tell a bunch of strangers on the street I'm trans. In that way, of course, I'm not gonna go out of my way to tell people because it becomes a safety thing. But when I'm putting myself online, I'm doing it on purpose, not for clout, like not for attention. I don't care for the attention in the way that people think I care for it, but I know I'm helping people because I was once in the same position where I needed help. So if I can do my part, then I know I've succeeded. I know my time on earth was worth it. Again, I get a lot of people ask me like, why do you keep on telling us your story? Like, why does your whole life have to revolve around being transgender? Trust me, it doesn't. I do have a life outside of being transgender, but social media just happens to be a big part of that. And it's because I'm choosing to, and I'm not gonna let a few people try and make me change doing that. Because everybody has things that they want to emphasize in life because they're proud of it. And being transgender for me happens to be one of those things I'm proud of, because I went my entire childhood hating who I was and not being able to talk to a single person about it because I was scared of what they would say. I was scared to tell my mom because I didn't know if she would disown me. Thank God I have an amazing mother who would not do that, but you know, as a kid, we don't know what to expect. So I was afraid of that. I was afraid to be rejected by friends because I grew up in a very popular group of friends because I played a lot of sports. I was afraid of losing all of those friends because of it. I was afraid of losing my partner at the time because of it. And as a child, that's a lot to take on, to not know who's gonna stick around in your life because you're just trying to be who you are. And there's just some people who will never understand it and never get it, which is very unfortunate. And sometimes you do have to let those people go and meet new people who will love you regardless. But yeah, it's just the first like 19 years of my life, I sat in silence about who I was, and it was the hardest time of my life. I wish I could go back and change it, but it is what it is. And now that I am at an age where I have the people around me that love me regardless of my transition, now I'm 110% happy, even when there are a select few people who are just super ignorant towards it. The love I receive is so much greater than the few couple hate comments I get every now and again, because I know the people aren't hating because they genuinely don't like me. They don't know me to not like me, but they're hating on me because they're just trying to get a reaction, and a reaction is something they will never get. They're just gonna continuously pick at you until you give them a reaction. But when you're just swarmed by unconditional love from people who are just like you or are allies to your community, those people don't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter at that point. I just wanted to speak on that for a nice Sunday video. If you are somebody going through something like transitioning, or even if it doesn't have to do with transitioning, but if you're passionate about something or you speak on something a lot and people are trying to tell you to stop talking about it, never do that. Do what makes you happy and what you think will help others out there if you're trying to spread a good message, and that's all that matters. So I'm gonna leave y'all at that. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.